confession to make. My name's Nick, and I name my cars. Yes, I know, I'm worse than Hitler. I've got no more right to live on God's clean earth than a weasel. Thank you, Dr. Leach from Blackadder. Right, this wasn't always the way. The first car I owned was a 1978 Ford Capri. I think that one was actually named for me, to be honest. It was a 1600 and it was green. I only know that because when you open the bonnet, the boot or the doors, you could see green paint. The outside of it was painted black. It contained half of Southport Beach. The sand was inside the car. And on the back, where normally you would have 2.8 injection, it had 2.8 infection written on it. So I think that's what it was known before I even bought it. But I had no intention of naming any cars. What happened was, I had a guitar. This started with a guitar. One that I didn't really play too much. I played the acoustics, not this electric, a very rare electric. I ended up selling it. And with the proceeds I bought a car. And it was just a shitty old Volkswagen Polo. But it was transport and it worked wonders for me just for a few years. And it was 1997, I think it was, 96 or 97 Volkswagen Polo in dragon green, this dark metallic green. Now I'm a huge fan of the Mighty Boosh, and there's a character in that called the Hitcher. There's a hitchhiker who's got a massive thumb, and he is dark green, and he's got a polo mint over one eye. So dark green, polo, the Hitcher, it became the Hitcher. So I started calling it that. It's ironic as well that I'm into the Mighty Boosh, because you have a look above my head, there's the moon. I keep expecting it to turn around, you know. Oh, when you are the moon, like that, but it won't, no matter how hard I try. So anyway, I had the MOT done on the Volkswagen Polo, which is a yearly roadworthiness test that you need to have to be safe on the road, otherwise it's not allowed to drive. And it just about passed, but one of the advisories on it said it's a heap of shit. So the heap of shit got scrapped, and the fellow who scrapped it said, "You're looking for a car?" He was a mate of ours, and I said, "Yeah, I just need a cheap run around." And he said, "I've got one there for you if you want it." So I ended up buying another car, another cheap heap of shit run around cars, and it was a 1997 Nissan Primera in dragon green. Now it couldn't be the Hitcher because we already had that, but there's another character in the Mighty Boosh called Old Greg, who is also dark green. So because the first car had been called the Hitcher, it just seemed natural this had to be Old Greg. And then from there on, it just seemed that, well, these cars are going to have names. So that one also ran it into the ground, worked wonders for me, and I absolutely loved it. But it had to go, and then I had to go and buy a car off another mate of ours. And it's a red Toyota Avensis. I know, red, horrible, isn't it? But again, cheap, cheerful, and I had no intention of naming it, but it just happened. The last three letters of the license plate is LCP, and as soon as I seen it I thought, Elsie Partridge, the elderly psychic woman off Only Fools and Horses. So that has now been shortened to Elsie. So my Toyota is Elsie, and that is not long for this world. Well, it might be for someone else, but not for me, because I need to get rid of it. And I don't know whether I want to carry on naming cars or this will be the end. Never meant to. It just happened, honest. A big boy done it and ran away. Don't tell on me. Anyway, that's another car story. Thanks for listening. Hope to see you soon. Drive safe.